Alright, so this is the next main boss of the game. So this guy's official name is Giant Spaceship, I believe. But as you can see, he's basically just a larger version of the laser chicken robot enemy in the game. So this it's pretty straightforward. It can take quite a bit of time. But I will say this is probably one of the most challenging main bosses in the game, just because it takes so much time to take this guy down. And he does take quite a bit of hits. And as you can see, that laser beam, you can get caught in that pretty easily, so he can do quite a bit of damage if you do get caught in it, like I am kind of right now. But basically what you want to do is you just want to keep shooting at him, and each time he takes damage, he's going to release these capsules of enemies. And what you're going to want to do is basically just destroy all the enemies that come out of the capsules, and then keep shooting him, and he'll just keep releasing capsules until they're all released. And then I believe once all the capsules are released, he only has like 1 or 2 hits left, and then he'll be taken down. But yeah, I would say this is probably one of the most challenging, again, just because it's so time consuming and so many enemies come out of the capsules, so you have to deal with the regular enemies in addition to the boss. But again, it's not anything that's like impossible, but I do like a boss with a good amount of challenge to it. But yeah, so one thing I also wanted to talk about, we have a nice little Zerg car coming after us there. One thing I haven't really discussed really a lot during this playthrough is this game was released on a couple different consoles. So I'm playing this on the N64, obviously, but it was also released on the PlayStation 1. I believe it was released on the Dreamcast, and then I also believe there's a PC version as well. And I just kind of wanted to kind of open it up to anybody watching this, anyone that did play this game or maybe is interested in playing this game. What version, would you prefer? Or what versions have you played it on? I never owned a PlayStation during that time, so I obviously owned this on the N64 only. I didn't really play any PC games, and I didn't have a Dreamcast, so this was the only version I ever played. But from what I understand, the PlayStation graphics, or the PlayStation version of this game, from what I have been hearing, the graphics, everyone says the graphics are a lot better from people I've talked to. I didn't know if anybody's ever noticed that, or if anyone has any like main differences that they've seen in the different versions. I just think that'd be something to be interesting to kind of talk about, because I've only played this game on this console, and so that's really all I know. But he's done, and we are off for our next level. Boss defeated. Alright, so now we are going to go ahead and take on the next level of the game, which is Elevator Hop. And this one is going to be fun. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Level 10. Man, we are getting there. We're getting close. Buzz and the gang make their way up to Al's apartment through the elevator. Alright, so this is a kind of an interesting level. This one is kind of easy to get lost if you are kind of newer to the game or you've never played this level before. It's actually pretty simple. There just is a lot of there's a lot to this level, and it can be easy to get lost if you don't know what you're doing or you forget where you're going. But if you kind of stay on one track, it's pretty simple for the most part. But over here we have Mr. Potato Head. Hi Buzz, you need the grappling hook to climb up higher. If you find my missing foot, I will unlock the grappling hook. So yes, that is our next item of the game, as you can see there in that box. Mr. Potato Head's missing a foot, but once we have that hook, we can use that target up there to actually proceed further in the level. This is actually kind of interesting because right off the bat, this is one of the first levels where they don't really give you many like areas to explore until you get that grappling hook. So the first thing we want to do is come into this room, and I missed that coin back there. I feel like that coin's always hard to get. And if you swing on these bars by avoiding those electricity, Ham is actually up here. Hi Buzz, looking for 50 coins like usual. So we have Ham here, but if you look up on top of these like generator things, try to avoid those lights because they will again conduct electricity, which can damage you and make you fall off. Jump on this wire, and as you can see over there, we have Mr. Potato Head's foot. If you jump over here, and then we have a mouse kind of crawling around the wall. You do want to grab that. That's going to be your collectible of the level. I think they're called like clockwork mice, I think, because they had the little wind-up thing. But we'll be able to take those, turn those in once we have 5 of them to another character that we'll meet here in this level as well. But once you have Mr. Potato Head's foot, you want to go ahead and then take it to him to unlock the grappling hook, which is probably actually my favorite Potato Head item that you unlock in the game because it's so useful. Wow, thanks Buzz. In return for finding my foot, I will let you use the grappling hook. You can aim at the special targets in visor view using the Z button, and you can launch the hook by pressing B. Of course, on the N64 version, on the PlayStation version or Dreamcast, is probably going to be a different button on the controller. But if you're playing the N64 version, you just want to go into visor view, target with Z, and then hit B to grapple up to that special target. And that'll allow you to proceed further into the level. As you can see, we're in the vents now. We have a bunch of enemies. These are new enemies, and these guys are, their official names are actually snakes. I know that's very hard to understand because it's just too simple, but no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is one of the enemies where they just flat out just give them a very simple name, which I guess it makes sense. I mean, what else would they be called? Maybe vent snakes? I don't know. But those are a new enemy, and they will be kind of reoccurring throughout these later levels as we're kind of getting closer to the end of the game. But this is the first level that they appear in. So, and as you can see, we have more laser chicken robots. Gotta love those. And more snakes in the vent here. Yeah, kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, I think oh yeah, Rex is over here as well. We have another mouse up there. And as you can see, let's see what Rex has actually. Father Mouse is at the top of the elevator shaft. He has a challenge for you. So once we find Father Mouse, we'll be able to see what that is. But yeah, like I said, the PlayStation version, I always heard had better graphics or looked a little bit better. I think it asked some of the sound effects of like, I think in the game are a little bit different as well. I've never played it. I've seen it played, like I've seen videos of people playing the PlayStation version, but I've never actually played it myself. So I think that would be interesting. Of course, we have a Zerg Warrior in these vents as well. But I think it'd be interesting to kind of talk about that, just see what different versions everybody's played. Again, this is the only version I played, but I would love to hear some differences or maybe some things that anyone else has noticed in playing the other versions of the game. But we're going to go ahead and proceed through this vent. And this level, I remember as a kid, gave me a lot of trouble, especially once we get into like the elevator area. You'll kind of see what I'm talking about, because it can be very easy to kind of fall from a lot of different spots in this level. Luckily, they do give you a couple of shortcuts, which I'll show off here once we are able to open those up, which actually will make it a lot easier to travel through the not only the elevator area, but the whole level itself. But right now, we just want to focus on grappling onto those targets. And we have a lot to do in this level, just like most levels, but this has a lot of different areas to explore. So it's kind of nice to be able to do that as well. So, but once you get up here, this will allow you to enter the control room. Make sure there's nothing else over there. And we have a couple of things we need to do here. First thing you need to do is actually stomp on this lever, the switch. That'll activate that fan. Very important to activate that. So you need to do that. Hi Buzz, if you find my 5 missing baby mice, I will give you a Pizza Planet tokens. That is Mother Mouse. That is the mouse we need to turn in all those little wind-up mice to. So once we have the 5th one, we'll be able to do that. If you line up the wire, you open the door and activate the elevators. Alright, so this challenge, or this thing can be kind of confusing, but basically what you want to do is you want to stomp on this, and wait, did that activate it? Alright, so I got a little confused there, but basically once you have this red alarm light thing flashing, that means you did it right, and there's another mouse up there, you want to collect that. But basically all I did was you just want to line up those wires, and then once that red light goes off, that basically indicates that you did it right. So you just want to keep stomping on these buttons until all those little silver wires are lined up in the middle like that. And then that'll open this door up for the elevator room, and a Pizza Planet token appears. So very nice. But now that we have the elevator area open, we can go ahead and jump down here on the elevator. So this is the part that can get kind of frustrating and kind of confusing if you don't know where to go. But there's a couple of different things we can now do out in this area. So we're going to go ahead and go over here. You see we have a coin up there, but that's like an area that kind of goes down to the back to where we are, so we can't really climb up it. But yeah, so basically what we want to do is we want to climb these elevators. There's 2 elevators, and we're basically like on the top of them, or like on one of the top platforms. There's like a bunch of platforms that basically go up and down constantly, and you want to make sure that you're jumping from one to the other. That way you're able to keep going higher, because if you just stay on one, it's only going to take you so far. You want to try to jump on a different colored platform. I think the blue and purple colors are more towards the top of the elevator, and the green and like red are more towards the bottom. Yeah, as you can see, like right there is the very top. As you see, the ropes, the cables are right there. That indicates you're on the very top of that elevator. So this will allow you to go to the top of the room. So I can see this is the ceiling right here. So whoops, I want to jump over there, grab another mouse. There's our fourth one, and we want to hit this lever, and that'll activate another fan. And again, it's very important to activate those. When you find those levers, stomp on them immediately. Those will actually activate your shortcuts. So those areas down below where you started at the level, the two side vents, you can now go up those. The fan will now work, and it'll send you up to those. One will take you to the control room, and one will take you up to that very highest point that we just were at there. Just a shortcut in case you fall down and need to get back up here really quick. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go on this side of the elevator. We're going to jump over here, and this is actually Father Mouse. Hi, Buzz. If you can beat the token to the bottom of the shaft, you can keep it. Alright, so we are now racing a Pizza Planet token. So don't worry about actually getting in front of it. You just want to make sure you don't fall down the shafts, like the little drops, like there. You want to jump over those yellow and black marked shafts. Whoops. No. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and try this again. We are racing this token, and we are not going to fall down any shafts. So that way we get all the way to the end and we can get this token. You want to jump over these. Grab some coins if you can. I missed that one. No coin left behind. I guess doesn't really apply in this level. Alright, come on. And no. Alright, we're going to try this again. Nothing frustrated about repeating this race. There's just nothing frustrating about it at all. Not at all. Not at all. Alright, so this time we're really going to get it. I promise. We're going to get it this time. Come on, Buzz. I have faith in you. You've been through too much to let me down now, Buzz. Come on. We've been through way too much together. Alright, keep going. Let's jump down here. Don't worry about actually beating it. Just get to the end of this. Let's get to the end of this race. And jump. Oh, wow, that was really close, but I'll take it. Jump again. Get to the bottom of the shaft, and here we go. And you get the token anyway. So yeah, you actually don't have to worry about actually beating it. Just get to the end of it and collect that token. You deserve it. Alright, so now what we're going to want to do is we want to take, as you can see, we have those shortcuts activated now on the sides of the very bottom. So we want to take this one all the way back up to the tippy top of the elevator, our elevator room. And come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Nope. And there we go. Alright, so we want to go back to the top of the elevator, jump down here, because we want to actually go to the other side. Let me actually grab these coins real quick because I'm close to 50. That way we can get that done. And boom. We have our 50 coins. So now we want to jump back up on the elevator platforms. And this time, opposite from where Father Mouse was, we want to jump on the other side for something else we can do. And here we go. Jump over here. Take this up. This is already activated for you. Whoops. Come on. Come on. You got this. You got this, Buzz. Come on. Come on, Buzz. Just twirl. Lovely ballerina style. Come on. You're a pretty ballerina. Come on. You got this. There we go. And we go down here.